Hello everyone, it is Susan here and welcome to my channel, Susan Hiles Art. We're going to work on the last block on this wall hanging. So this will be the 9th block. That's approximately 2.5-inch squares, which it kind of got a little away from that, but that's okay. And I do have an announcement that I will be sharing towards the end of this video. So I did already stamp this, and I'll just kind of share with you exactly what I did. And yeah, and then we'll get sewing. So I've already stamped this, right? So you can see the leaf and the background stamping. So what I did first was I stamped with this stamp right onto this. There's like a white fabric here. I stamped on there. And this is an Inkadinkadoo stamp. It's an old stamp from 2011. So I used that. And then what I did was I took a piece of paper and I stamped on it at the leaf. And then I put that over that. So I'm now covering up the stamp that's on my fabric. Then I took this with my archival ink in black soot and I stamped around the leaf so that I could make like a background, basically like my own background, almost like creating a pattern right on the fabric. And this stamp here is by Stampendas N Studio, who is Natalie Kolbash. She makes awesome stamps, very mixed media type stamps. I have several of her stamp sets. And again, these are old as well. I haven't bought stamps in ages. These are from 2014. But that's how I got my design for this last block. And so I think what I want to do is use a fairly heavy yarn. And I want it to be dark, so I could go with either this one here, which I like that a lot, or I could go with this one. But now that I look at them more closely, this has a lot more brown in it. This is deeper. Even though it's brown, it's darker, almost black. So I think I'm going to use this. And let's go ahead and get it onto the needle. And whoops, come on. Oh my gosh. All right, there we go. That was weird. And I'm going to leave it, like I said, fairly heavy. Like I could separate the strands of this and turn the two strands into one. But I think I'm just going to leave it this thick. And I think I'm just going to start sewing. I'll start at the bottom and I'm going to do the back stitch and hopefully get a nice outline of this leaf. So while I'm doing this, let's do a little bit of chatting. Yeah, so I thought I almost bought more fabric, like I need more fabric. I almost bought more fabric. When was it? 2 days ago, 3 days ago. My local mom and pop fabric store did a Facebook Live. And from one of their stores, they have 2 different stores, or 2 locations, I should say. And I like to do that kind of shopping. It's a little bit what I would call safer, if you know what I mean, because as soon as I walk into a store like that, like I know I'm going to buy more than I intended to. Especially the bin where they have their like yard or 2 or 3 of fabrics that are priced well. And in fact, that's where I happen to have this right here. This was my first Roxy Journal Stitchery journal. And this fabric right here, which is probably my all-time favorite fabric ever in the world, is this. And I got this from that bin that, yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but it does have a little bit of a shimmer, like there's some gold on it. And yeah, it's I think Christmas, but I love it. And yeah, so they have really awesome stuff. And yeah, so anyway, so I was there on the Facebook Live, but I didn't buy anything because, you know, like there was this red gingham fabric, and I almost purchased that. There were a couple other fabrics as well that I thought were okay, but nothing absolutely called my name, which was surprising because I'll usually buy, you know, at least two or three different fabrics that they have. Yeah, but I didn't. And I think well, I have enough fabric. And it's like, I don't know, I have so much to use. I was good. So I did not purchase any. Yeah, and then there's the whole thing, well, when you go to pick it up, because, well, you can have it delivered or you can just go to the store and pick it up. And that's what I do because, well, it's a half a mile from my house, you know, so it's close. So it doesn't make any sense for me to have, you know, pay for delivery. Although that might be cheaper because, you know, when I would go to pick it up, like in the past, when I've bought fabric on their Facebook Lives, you know, I'm not going to walk out of there with just what I bought online. So, yeah. So anyways, I decided not to purchase anything. I mean, if there was a fabric that I didn't have any other fabric like it and I had to have it, like there was this fabric, they had some Christmas fabric, which I'm a major sucker for Christmas anything, right? Yep. And but I didn't. I was good. And yep. So anyway, so that was that, but I still enjoy just being there. And you know, the ladies, they just snap up all the goodies for sure. You know, I mean, they do really well with that type of a sale. Yep. So anyway, so that was that. And I've also been considering going to, I think it's one of the only thrift stores left in my area. Doesn't that look pretty? This was the perfect yarn for this. And yeah, I love the colors. So now I have to decide, am I going to finish this with this and just like do the, you know, in between and everything? Or would I use something thinner or even go to one strand of this? Maybe that's what I'll do. Let me go to one strand, because what that will do is the outline of it is going to pop because it's a little bit dimensional. It's heavy enough to where it's a bit dimensional, and it's going to make it stand out a little bit. But yeah, so I've been thinking of going to my local, excuse me, thrift store And it's in a church, and it's only open on Saturdays. And I was thinking of going there this past Saturday. And yeah, so, but I didn't go because again, it's like, will I find something? And the answer, of course, is yes. But the question really is, this is not separating for me. I've made a knot somehow. The question remains, do I need it? And like, what could I possibly need? So, because they have everything. The only thing that they don't have is clothes, which, I wouldn't go there for clothes. But that's where I have purchased like this right here, and this, I think I purchased both from that thrift store because that's where I would get my, my linen napkins to sew with, to use in my sewing. So yeah. And they have they have books, they have housewares, a lot of, like glassware. They have books, so they have like a children's section of books and some toys. And I've gotten a lot of yarn from there too. Like I got this there. It was in an old, some sort of a stitching kit, brand new. It's a great way to purchase yarn if you're trying to stock up on yarns. Like I would go there and like for $2, you can get like a brand new, like cross stitch or crewel or whatever it might be. Most times they're not even opened. And so for a couple bucks, you're going to get the whole thing, meaning that you'll get the pattern and all of the yarns that would come with it. And for $2, I mean, you can't beat it. You just can't. So that's always a good thing to look for when you're at a thrift store. But I didn't go. Just trying to be good. That's all. What do I need? What do I really, really, really need? When it comes to crafting, like I'm one of those people that, like when I began to sew, which was just over 2 years ago, it was September of 2021. And, like I immediately will, like I have to stock up on like everything. Like I need to have a large selection of fabrics and yarns and all of that. So, and I was the same way with any, paper crafting. Like if I'm like I would have like all of the inks or all of the collections, or in a collection, it would be, I need to have everything in that collection. You know what I'm saying. You guys tell me, are you the same? It's just, yeah. And like with the Faber-Castell Pitt pens and the Posca paint pens, I have a whole supply of them. Because, well, I had to have, not maybe all of them, but I always would have to have a large amount. Even like watercolor paints, oh my gosh, it's like endless. But my point being that, yeah, I would just be one of those people that I need to have it all, right? Or not all, but like most of. And yeah, so so that's how I was with fabric as well when I first started, like I say. And so I have a good amount of fabrics. I don't need any more. I really don't need anything. I did go to Michael's, which I haven't been to Michael's in so long because, well, they don't have fabrics. And since I've been into sewing, let me see, can I finish it with just this little bit? Let's see, maybe. And so I haven't been to Michael's because I've been into fabrics so much. But I decided to just go there just to look around. And I did, and I end up buying some stickers for my December daily, which I will be working on soon, because I want to start that. I have to look through my house and find the album I want to use. I'm sure I have a Simple Stories album somewhere in this house that is not being used, and so I just need to go find that. And yeah, so, oh, that came out good. What do you guys think? Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, that's perfect. And I'm going to leave this background fabric loose. And I have been moving these blocks around on here. Let me zoom back out. And because I had originally said, well, I'm going to put the blocks down in the order that I sewed them. Well, I've changed that whole thought process. So yeah, so I've been moving, like I thought that this one would look good because this has the turkey stitch and it's very dimensional. So I thought that that might look best in the middle. It was, I don't know, up here on one of these two. But anyways, I've been moving them around. And yeah, so I don't know, I'll see. And then I'll sew them all onto this background fabric, and that's going to be the end of this particular project. So now I'm going to go ahead and share my announcement. Okay, so my announcement is this. I'm going to be taking a break from my Monday crafty chit chat and slow stitching videos. I know I'll be making videos still, but I don't know of what, and I don't know how often. But I've been doing the stitching videos. I want to say I've been doing these Monday videos for 2 years plus. So it's been a long time. So for me, personally, I'm one of those people that I like to switch things up every now and again. So I do know I want to pull out all of my December daily stuff and get moving on that. I'm going to be using, for the most part, older products, although I do have new die cuts that I got on Etsy from Lucid Lizard. I can put her link below. If I forget, please mention it to me, but her name is Terry Fitzpatrick. And I love the die cuts I got from her shop. And so I'm excited to use those. And I mentioned I got stickers at Michael's the other day. So those are the only 2 new things that I think I'm going to be using for my December daily. So I'm going to be pulling out just a whole bunch of old. I have plenty. I could do many years of December dailies without buying anything new. Maybe you're the same. Let me know. But anyway, so this is going to be it. I mean, now that we've basically finished this project, right? You know, I'll make sure I sew all the blocks on and get it ready to hang on my living room wall, which I want to reorganize a whole bunch of the way I have one area of my wall, how I have things hanging. And so I know I want to do this. So it's going to take me a little bit to do that. So maybe what I'll do is once that's done, you know, I can share that. But I can't say when that will be, though. That's the only thing. And yeah, so that's going to be, for now, it for my crafty chit chat and slow stitching videos. You know, I mean, I'm going to see what Rachel and Sarah from, well, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery comes up with for the first 6 months of next year. I'm going to see, so I may participate in that. I kind of wish I was participating in the one going on right now, but I didn't do that. But maybe I will do that starting, you know, in January. So I'll see what they're going to be doing next. And what else? I don't know. So like I said, I'll be popping on doing videos from time to time. Not sure what it will be of, but maybe I'll just pop in and say hi. But yeah, so be sure to check out the hashtag Stamp and Sew. Oh my gosh, I need a break. And see everybody that are participating in this very casual, unofficial, open collaboration. And yeah, and that's it for now, everybody. I'll see you soon. God bless. Bye-bye.